From Parkland School District Stadium in Orfield, Pennsylvania, Twin County Cable 4 Sports presents East Penn Conference Football. Tonight's matchup features the Golden Hawks of Bethlehem Catholic, coached by Bob Stem in his 13th season as the head coach. They come into the ball game 7-1 overall, but more importantly, they come in tonight 7-0. They are atop the East Penn Conference. They'll take on the Trojans of Parkland High School. It's homecoming here tonight. Parkland 6-2. They have lost the last 2 weeks in a row. In the league, they find themselves 5-2, and they are fighting for a 4A berth in the District 11 championship. They're coached by Rich Snizak in his second season as the head coach here at Parkland. Hello, everybody. I'm Gary Laubach along with Dick Tracy. Should be an interesting ball game tonight for a number of reasons. First of all, Dick, the weather forecast. We're actually taping this pregame a bit early tonight because of that forecast. Dick, they're forecasting torrential downpours, the possibility of lightning, heavy winds. This ball game could very easily be won or lost in the first 12 minutes of football.
Or curtailed a little early, huh? Yeah, that is one of the things, Gary. We're going into our second bad weekend in a row. Last week we thought we really had the primetime games, the two of them, that were really attractive, and then Mother Nature enjoyed herself and set us back with them, and we had two one-sided affairs. What we're looking for tonight, of course, for our fans is a lot of bit of parity, and maybe, just maybe, Mother Nature will cooperate a few hours on that.
Dick, we have two teams on the stairwell. One's going up the stairwell, and the other one's coming down just a little bit. Parkland, they buzzed through their first 6 ball games, going 6-0. The last 2 weeks they have struggled. They have given up 60 points the last 2 weeks defensively, and defense tonight may be a key because Becca High's defense is playing outstanding football. What's Parkland's problem?
Parkland's problem appears to be, Gary, the big yardage against great defenses and giving up the ball. And that's the other thing I can't understand with Parkland, that they've been giving up a lot defensively. I mean, they are big. Parkland has nice size, although they do start 8 juniors on D. They've been giving up big plays, and it has really hurt them. Interspersed in those 2 losses was an Allen win, but nonetheless, when they had to be up, a 2-touchdown lead over Whitehall, it seems that ever since that time, Gary, that everything has gone downhill for them.
Dick, Becca High played on Monday night, a ball game that we broadcast on Cable 4 Sports against Whitehall. They won that ball game 35-14. If there's any negative, I guess, that comes out of that, they only have 3 days to get prepared for Parkland. Will that hurt this ball club at all?
You know, I've been thinking a great deal about that in the last week. Some coaches, I think, really like it. You know, you're into a routine. You've done everything you're going to do. It's simply a matter of putting a game plan in. If that's all you're going to do, if there are no drills or no big injuries that you got to change personnel, you don't want to add plays or anything, then I think it falls right into the pattern. All you do is, boom, hit your game plan, prepare your game plan on maybe Tuesday already. Lay it out and go through a light workout. Wednesday and Thursday, you go to work on it. If you're the kind that has to go back because you've had some bad performances, you've shifted people, you got injuries, then I think you need a lot more time.
Well, Becca didn't have that. It's probably good news that this happened late in the season. I doubt if there's very much new things being put into the Becca High offense or defense at this point, so they should really be prepared for tonight's matchup. Dick, we certainly have no shortage of star performers in tonight's ball game. When you look at Becca, they have gotten a great season out of Palos. Lee Brannon has become just an outstanding game-breaking runner, as Lee will probably go over the 1,000-yard mark this week. Good receivers in Krebs and Fissner. This Becca High team is certainly solid as far as offensive potential is concerned.
Oh, it really is, and of course the fact that Brannon has really found himself. The sophomore 1,000-yard rusher, you know, almost non-existent as a junior because of Baker's assets this past year. But to have him, Gary, in the last 2 games against quality opponents, you're talking a very big Liberty and a tough Whitehall, to come up with 395 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns. I mean, almost 200 an average.
Right.
That's unbelievable. And I think Palos, again, not the numbers and maybe not the physical dimension or anything else, but as headiness, I don't know if you get him any smarter. Michael has really taken over the helm of the ship.
Parkland hurt a little bit. Jeremy Stewart, who finally got himself back into the lineup, was injured in the Central Catholic game. He probably will not play tonight. So that puts a little bit more burden on Ira Van Syak, an outstanding runner with over 800 yards rushing. And, of course, their quarterback, Ryan Brown. And, Dick, this is a strange team. They tend to use the pass to set up the run, which is normally a vice versa situation. But I think Brown's going to need a terrific ball game tonight if they're going to win.
He will. The Becca kids were telling me this week that they decided they're going to put not necessarily the entire defense, but portions of people really get to Schultz from Whitehall as much as they can. And hey, why not the same thing against Brown? You know, again, now you don't need them to change your game plan much, Gary, defensively. So maybe with one or two people, just signal him to go and get Brown and really put the pressure on him. Van Sciek, it's almost as if, you know, it's time for the 20,000-mile change or something like that, because he's seeing all kind of keys and all kind of people. Without Stewart back there, with a sort of inexperienced Condi, he's been getting rubbed out on his situations for big yardage game as he's been having in the beginning of the year.
District picture, of course, will be cleared up a little bit tonight, and I'll tell you, these two teams both need a victory here. Becca High, if they lose tonight and lose next week to Central Catholic, they may very well not be part of the AAA picture. They need this win here tonight. Parkland, on the other hand, they need this win here tonight. They need to beat Easton next week. No easy ball games for these two teams. Parkland wants to get into that 4A picture. Stroudsburg and East Stroudsburg have basically locked up 2 of those spots. There are 3 people fighting for the 3rd and 4th spot. Easton, Parkland, and Northampton. And Northampton has the easiest schedule of all. So it'll be interesting to see how all of that unfolds. Well, we hope the rain holds off, but it's just starting to drizzle as we speak. We'll be back with kickoff. Hopefully it'll be a dry one right after this timeout.
Make Whitehall Auto Parts the most important stop for your car. We're a major supplier of foreign and domestic auto and light truck parts and have one of the largest inventories in the Lehigh Valley. We also provide machine shop services, which are equipped for complete engine rebuilding. Whitehall Auto Parts stands behind their products.
Make your first stop at Whitehall Auto Parts.
Open weekdays 8 to 8, Saturday 8 to 4, and Sunday 9 to 4, or phone 437-4604.
I remember my mom going to Walter's Pharmacy. Now I go. Walter's fills my prescription needs quickly, and I pay my Bell of PA and UGI bills. When I can't get away, Walter's comes to me with free delivery. Walter's Pharmacy, making life easier through genuine care since 1937. Walter's Pharmacy, 401 North 17th Street in the Allentown Medical Center.
County Cable, a world of choice. Twin County Cable, a world of choice.
Only Twin County Sports follows the exciting regular season action through the emotional postseason tournaments. Only Twin County Cable 4 Sports.
Twin County Cable, a world of choice. Twin County Cable, a world of choice.
Welcome back to Parkland, and we're happy to report that the downpour that we expected has not arrived yet. We did have a bit of rain between our pregame show and what was the introduction of some of the homecoming people. But other than that, right now, it's basically a pretty nice night for football, and we hope that that remains so. We see our co-captains working their way out to the center of the field. 4 from each squad. We're out there, too. So is referee Dennis Krim. And we'll go down on the field and listen to the toss of the coin in what is a very, very big football game for these two teams. In fact, they face another tough opponent next week, so imperative that they win this ball game tonight. Only one of them will, and let's listen to Dennis Krim.
That's heads, tails. If I drop off the ball. Heads. Call it a head, gentlemen. It is a tail.
Parkland, you have any thoughts? So why receive? Which one do you want to get? Over here, Mike, the scoreboard. So you back scoreboard, Parkland in. Start again.
All right, Parkland's going to receive the football to start tonight's game as they won the toss. Our officials for tonight's contest, the referee is Dennis Krim. The umpire is Barry Schaefer. The back judge is Tony Bauer. The line judge is Kevin Hoffman. And the head linesman is Herb Burrell. Decent crowd on hand here, Dick, considering the weather forecast. But first of all, let's talk to you about a place where it's always nice, and that's inside Rarick Dodge. The new 96 Dodges are in stock now at Rarick Dodge in Bath. Plus, Rarick Dodge has a great selection of pre-owned cars and trucks, including caravans, four-wheel drive pickups, and family sedans. Rarick Dodge is just 5 minutes north of Route 22 on Route 512 in Bath. For a clean deal, come to Bath. Come to Rarick Dodge. Kicking off for Becca will be Matt Weimar, we believe. Matt does share the duties from time to time with Connor Anderson. And Dick, last week, well, not really last week, but on Monday night, Becca sort of surprised everybody, including Whitehall, with an onside kick and just didn't quite come up with the recovery.
Weren't successful and still, held on that first drive. And I keep going back to that. Gary, that was an important drive. That first penalty, 1st and 15 instead of 1st and 10, especially when you give up the right to receive the ball in the second half yet, besides.
It's Matt Thomas, number 30, who is deep to receive, and he's back there because Doug Joseph, with a shoulder injury, is not going to see any action tonight, we believe. Ira Van Syak also back there. Ira is standing on the 5-yard line. This kick is going to go out of bounds and will come out.
And it was Anderson, Gary, kicking off.
To the 35-yard line. Connor Anderson.
There you get a look at the horses for the Trojans. Ryan Brown, some good numbers as the junior quarterback. Josh Connie taking over Jeremy Stewart. Has started before. Aravine Syak, their leader. Ben Kimmock in there, possibly for Dougie Joseph. Shoulder, Clint Dodson become the number 1 receiver. And Kevin Petrie, he's taken over for Sean Fluso. Kevin Fluso, they sort of go back and forth. Fluso is out.
Dodson and Kimmock are out wide. Dodson to the top of your screen, Kimmock to the bottom. The up back will be Conti. Van Syak will be deep. Van Syak has the football, and he's going to get maybe a yard at best, as we're going to get a look at that Becca High defense. Coming up to make that tackle was Art Mattis.
That Becca High defense, that's a marvelous job against Whitehall last week. Chris Mitchell, Brian Gregoric, underclass linebackers. Ryan Roeder, Jim Keppel, underclass cornerbackers. John Fissner, and of course free safety Mike Palos.
From the 37-yard line, 2nd and 8 for the Trojans. They move Van Syak out of the I formation. Brown back to throw. Gets pressure. Fires underneath. Intended for Clint Dodson. Coverage on the play by Jimmy Keppel, along with number 34, Chris Mitchell. That pass falls incomplete. It's going to bring up a second, or make it a 3rd and 8.
Flag, Gary, in that secondary. Looked like they have interference.
So we'll hold everything and wait until referee Dennis Krim gives the signal, but it certainly is against Becca High. Offensive pass interference, our first penalty of the night. It is a big one, 15 yards against Becca High. And Dick, the first down of the ball game for Parkland.
He checks off the little swing pass here, Gary. Looking for Van Syak, not there, goes to Dodson, we have interference.
I think that's a good call. Somebody was grabbing Dotson's arm there before he had an opportunity to catch the football. Van Syak hit at the line of scrimmage. He maybe got a yard with his power moving forward. And we'll give him just that, 1 yard, 2nd and 9.
Brandon Chazar along that front making the stop. Parkland running game being contested. Ran wide tackle left, wide tackle right, 2 running plays, gained about 2 yards.
From the 47-yard line, 2nd and 9. Long signal count. Van Syak, this time he has running room. Falls forward inside the 40, down to about the 38-yard line. He's going to pick up about 10 yards on the carry.
Watch the blocking. What a difference in the first 2 times. A little bit of delay, give you time to pull. Little cross block inside, good running Van Syak.
They moved it back, gave him 9 yards, and now they'll have to measure and see whether he made it. It appears as if they might be just shy of the first down. And did they get it? They're just going to take a close look.
Yow.
3rd and inches. So we'll give Van Syak 8 yards on the carry and a big 3rd down play here early.
Yeah, when that weather's on your side, boy, that's why I think it was a great idea for Parkland to take the ball.
You get a look at the rain that's coming down, but right now it's certainly the kind of rain you can play football, and it's, I don't think, going to cause any problems. This field is in beautiful shape. Brown keeps the ball, falls forward. He's got the 1st down. 1st down number 2 for the Trojans, as Brown will pick up a yard on the play. The ball will be marked at the 37-yard line.
After the kickoff going out of bounds, Trojans have themselves a little bit of a mini drive here. Gary, coming back to that statement, I think it's important that Parkland was able to grab the ball. You know, right now you have some favorable weather of what could be, and it's a good time to control it. Plus, they're going with the wind.
Van Syak came into the ball game with 783 yards, a 4.8 yards per carry average. 1st and 10, Parkland. Van Syak again puts his head down. Good stick this time by Brandon Chazar, and he's big at 6'4", 270-pound senior. Van Syak picks up a couple.
And Syak going both ways for the Trojans. And when you figure, Gary, 163 carries coming in, then plus Yeoman's work at cornerback, plus on special teams, that's an awful lot of banging.
2nd and 8, the ball just inside the 35-yard line. Parkland last week, where they were able to move the ball against Central Catholic, and yet they could not get points on the board. From the 20 to 20, they were solid. Van Syak looked like he had the corner and could cut it to the outside. Instead, he follows that blocker and gets the ball down to about the 30-yard line. He'll pick up 5 yards on the carry, and Parkland looking at a 3rd and 3. 9 minutes and 30 seconds to go.
All year long, Richie Smizak has been raving about his offensive line. It averages 240 pounds. You're talking about George Folsom, Randy Hayes, Mike Sliback, Barry Doble, and Bob Steckel over the ball.
Big play from the 30-yard line. It's 3rd and a long 3. Back to throw the ball. Looking and looking. Dropping it off. Pretty good ad-lib that time. Josh Conte, touchdown. Josh Conte goes 30 yards for the touchdown from Ryan Brown.
What a great play. Gary, he must have faked the Van Syak 3 times, and they had him covered, so it's a little dip-to-do. It's just a dump off to Conte. Haven't used him yet. Conte steps out 1 step. Defender goes by him. It's just down the sideline, foot race.
I don't know if Conte was ever supposed to be a receiver.
Well, he's there probably the 3rd choice. Van Syak was the primary man to swing pass out of the backfield.
It's raining harder now, that's for sure. In to kick the extra point is Frassinelli. The kick is up. The referees come out. They raise their hands. Parkland at 8:56 of the 1st period. They lead it by a 7-0 score. Come on back.
With 24 valves, dual overhead cam, and 230 horsepower, there's no doubt about it, the 94 Subaru SVX really kicks asphalt. And now at Becker Subaru, this world-class luxury performance coupe is on sale for an incredible $24,495. Bob Becker saves you over $4,500. If it's sheer heart-pounding excitement you crave, the Subaru SVX delivers. Buy one today for only $24,495 and only at Becker Subaru in Wescosville.
I really appreciate you taking care of this extra paperwork.
It really means a lot to know you have such caring and considerate people working for you.
Heartfelt comments from just 2 of our satisfied customers. For healthcare at home, many choose Hartzell's Pharmacy and Home Health Care. We offer care and attention in your home by providing one-stop shopping for your pharmacy and home equipment needs. Just call for a free pamphlet listing our services. Whenever you have a need for home medical equipment and pharmacy services, request Hartzell's. You can talk to us.
From Walt Disney Pictures, Max is the most popular kid in school.
Max! Max!
His girlfriend's a babe.
Call you later.
Okay.
His best bud is cool.
It's the Leaning Tower of Cheesa.
There's only one problem. His dad's goofy.
Morning, son!
Dad!
It's Goofy and Max in their first full-length animated motion picture.
You look just like I did at your age. Please don't say that, Dad.
A Goofy movie, rated G.
Parkland 65 yards in 7 plays. The final 30 yards. Ryan Brown to Josh Conti. The extra point by Frassinelli. And Dick, Parkland, as we said, this first quarter, the first 12 minutes with this kind of rain could prove to be extremely important. Frassinelli will kick it off.
Ryan Brown showed us his headiness there. That was about a 2-yard pass, probably the shortest pass you'll ever throw. He's hitting at 64.8 completion average.
Connell and Brannon and Candelaria are back there, and it's Candelaria, I believe, that comes up the gut. Candelaria will get the ball out over the 30, out to about the 33-yard line, where Becca will put it in play, 1st and 10. And Dick, a look at the Becca offensive receivers and backfield people.
Mike Palos, the guy that makes the Hawks go. Brian Gregoric, junior fullback. We saw him score Lee Brannon. All kind of numbers in the last couple of games. And then 3 great receivers, Levans, Krebs, and Fissner.
And coming out wide to our side of the field is Billy Krebs. And Krebs had a real fine ball game Monday night against Whitehall. Handoff is Brannon. No, it's Palos with a great fake. Palos down the middle, intercepted. Picking it off is Clint Dotson. Dotson has the football at the 37-yard line as Parkland will get control for the second time in the first period.
Gary, watch Dotson. He did not fake at all. Go up at all for the Brannon fake. He stayed home the way a safety is supposed to. Played that ball back. He roamed all over the place. He really had that one measured. You know, when you're talking about Levans, Krebs, and Fist, you're talking about 64 receptions going in. That's a full year's work.
From the 38, 1st and 10. And Dick, that was a great fake by Palos. So give Dotson a great deal of credit for hanging in there, because it sure looked like Lee Brannon had the football.
And into the teeth of a win, he threw a pretty nice pass, and Dotson just read it so well.
We have Becca lining up offsides. Their second penalty for 20 yards, and that makes it a little easier as it's a 1st and 5 for Parkland. Dick, this is a good passing down. When you've got 1st and 5, Bobby Stem talking to his quarterback, Mike Palos. From the 43-yard line, 1st and 5. In motion for Parkland is Petrie. Handoff goes to the first man through, I believe. Van Syak, it is the ball carrier. Van Syak will get the ball to the 45-yard line. He'll pick up a couple, and they're looking at a 2nd and 3. Van Syak now 20 yards and 6 carries. The ball on the 45-yard line, 2nd down, 3 yards to go. And boy, Dick, how big would it be if Parkland can get up by a couple of touchdowns early? Yep. 7.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Parkland leads it by a 7-0 score. Becca's only had the ball for 1 play. Here comes the option. It's a good pitch. Van Syak doesn't have it. Becca's going to get the ball back. Maybe. No, Parkland that falls on the football, and a good break there by Parkland as there were no red shirts in the area. And finally, coming out of that pack was Ryan Brown, and Brown comes up with a football.
Certainly not a good play for Parkland, Gary. Defense very well, but it shows again the headiness of Brown. Just hanging around, covering his area, and was able to sneak in and recover the fumble. Big loss.
Loss of 12 yards on the play. Brings up a 3rd and about 15 to go for a 1st down. Passing situation for Ryan Brown. Brown on a straight drop, 5-step drop. He drops the ball off, intended for Clint Dotson. The pass goes through Dotson's hand, falls incomplete, and we'll get our first look at Phil Frassinelli as a punter tonight.
And Frassinelli has pretty good numbers as a punter. He gets a high ball, gets great elevation. He could, you know, pin Becca back just a little bit. Although the Hawks are going to end up with good field position, Gary.
Krebs normally a single receiver back there for Becca, but they've got 2 guys back tonight. Pretty good punt by Frassinelli. It falls, gets by number 3, Ryan Roeder. Roeder has the football, trying to go up the sidelines. He'll get it up to about the 33-yard line as he picks the ball up at about the 29. So that's a 37-yard punt by Frassinelli.
Sort of caught in the middle. You want those, you want those fielded as we get a look at the Trojan defensive horses. Pottenbaum has given him great numbers at linebacker, and of course Doble, his actions speak for himself. We said Van Syak doubles, Stevie Ott, Jason Rabel, and Clint Dodson. We already saw him. Big play at the safety position.
LeBans comes out to the left side of the field, down in front of us. 1st and 10. Handoff goes to the up back. That should be Gregoric. Gregoric does not get anything as he's swarmed under. First one to hit him was 63, Barry Doble, along with 56, John Search. 6 minutes and about 15 seconds ago, the clock running.
Those are two guys that do an awful lot together on defense, Search and Doble.
2nd and about 9.5. We'll put the ball on the 36-yard line only because it's just over the 35. Lee Brannon has not touched the football so far this evening. This looks like a Lee Brannon type of play right here. It'll be a quick pitch to Brannon with Gregoric leading. Brannon has running room. He could go. Brannon to the 40, 35. Lee Brannon is going to go 64 yards for the touchdown.
You're not going to believe me, Gary, but I was going to say they're going to go left. It's the area they haven't tried at all this year. Excuse me, at all this evening. It was so successful against Whitehall. But instead of off tackle and then slashing out, it was a pitch sweep. Got a good lead block from Gregoric, and it's a foot race. Bob Stem says that's when Brannon's the best. That's where he differs from Tatum. You know, he really was able to put it on after he breaks the line of scrimmage.
Extra point attempt in to kick it is number 10, Matt Weimar. It's down. Kick is blocked by Parkland. And the extra point is not good, and we don't have the time. What's the time on the clock? 5:36 on the clock. It is Parkland 7, Becca High 6, and here's another look at the block.
Could be number 83, Kevin Petrie, Gary. Comes through hard.
So a big extra point attempt is blocked, and with 5:36 to go, first quarter, it's Parkland 7, Becca 6. Come on back.
For over 39 years, the Harhart family has operated a one-stop service station for all your automotive needs, from repair and inspection to car washing. This fall and winter, let Harhart's fill your home fuel needs too. Harhart's not only offers prompt service and competitive prices, but also 24-hour emergency service and computerized automatic delivery. For experience, courteous service, and expertise, call Harhart's Fuel Oil Service today.
Hi, it's me, Omar, flying my magic carpet. But the real carpet magic's at Ramita. You may want to choose wall-to-wall carpet from over 500 rolls we have in stock, in all styles and colors, installed by Ramita's own expert mechanics. Or you may select an area rug from our vast selection of remnants. So stop in soon for the carpet you've been looking for. Always at Ramita's down-to-earth prices.
You got that right, Omar.
Drop pass. Boom, score! Did you see that? I mean, first shot, baseball! What a magnificent play! Shot, block, rebound, score! The big guy, all along, Lindbergh, shoot, score! Cut in front. Oh, and the Hextall beats him. Shoot, score! All right! He did it again! I don't believe it! Oh, my gosh!
You were watching the Lehigh Valley's company of choice, Twin County Cable 4.
Ira Van Syak was the guy that blocked that extra point, and he's got the football right now at the 10-yard line. Van Syak up the middle. He's got pretty good running room, although let's check that again. It might be Matt Thomas. It is Matt Thomas who brings it right up the middle. And Thomas goes down at the Parkland 37-yard line. They'll put it in play 1st and 10.
Matt Thomas gave him a bonus there, Gary, only a sophomore, but he took him out of it. Pretty nice kickoff by Anderson, but he was able to get up and give him fairly good field position.
Lee Brannon, 64 yards on his only carry tonight. That's not a bad average for his touchdown. End off, Van Syak, penalty flags are flying. This one might come back. It's in the area of motion for Brannon, by the way. That was his 10th touchdown of the season. We did get a chance to talk to Rich Snizak, and Dick, we talked to them. They had such a great start, but now they've lost to some of the really solid teams in the East Bend Conference. We wondered whether or not he would consider the season a success if he didn't knock off one of these better teams, and this is what he told us.
Yeah, I do think we have to beat some good teams to call our season successful, because for us to have a successful season, we want to be district champs, and to be district champs, you got to beat quality opponents, and Bethlehem Catholic's a quality opponent that we need to beat to get into district playoffs.
All right, that was succinct and right to the point. And Richie, we know, wants to come away with a win here tonight. They're penalized 5 yards for the motion, and it is going to be a 1st and 15 from the 32-yard line. Little draw play this time goes to Conti. Conti with running room. He might have the first down. As he gets the ball and rambles up close to the 48-yard line, we'll see where the officials mark it. And Dick, I think he might have gotten that 15 yards he needed. He did.
He did. We watched the replay. It's delayed, Gary. Van Syak up just a little bit. Connie in the deep spot. Here's your delayed draw. Pick some daylight. Bonus there from Thomas on the kickoff, and bonus here from Connie. Takes the key off Van Syak just a little bit.
That was his first run from scrimmage. He does have a touchdown on a pass, however. We have whistles and flags and all kinds of chaos. 4:38 on the clock as the clock is stopped. The rain continues to come down rather heavily, although plenty of fans have come out for this one. They didn't get that play off on time. Second penalty against Parkland. And Dick, you don't like to continue to start first downs with 1st and 15.
No, that's 2 1st and 15s in a row, you know. You can only run so many draws, you know.
Out wide to the left side is Kimek. Dotson this time stays in tight from the eye. And it's a power eye to the right side, and that's exactly where Van Syak moves. But it's a quick drop. Looking. Brown fires over the middle. The pass was intended for Kimek. Coverage on the play supplied by Jimmy Keppel, and the pass falls incomplete.
And that's where Dougie Joseph normally would be. Gary, could be a matter of timing, could be a matter of pattern. Quarterbacks get used to their receivers. Joseph and Dodson are the prime receivers for the Trojans.
Brown came in with great stats on the season. 1,061 yards, 83 for 128. That's a 65% throwing average. He is currently 1 for 3 tonight for 30 yards and a touchdown. Here's the draw play. This isn't going anywhere. As Becca High saw it, coming in to make the hit was Brian Gregoric, and Gregoric puts down Conti, and the loss is back to the 39-yard line, a loss of 4.
Smells this one all the play. Takes away his passing responsibility. Comes from his inside linebacker spot. Another loss for the Trojans.
And that means they'll have to punt the ball away. Their punter is Phil Frassinelli. You see the clock running. 4:05. I'll check it. It's 3rd down. Has the ball on the 39-yard line. 3rd and long. 3rd and about 18.
Split backfield pass formation, Gary.
Brown back to throw. Sideline pattern. He's got Dotson. Dotson came back and got it. Coverage by Keppel. But Dotson, who's a big kid at 6'3", just simply went up over top of Keppel, who's only 6 foot tall. What a huge play. Down to the 35-yard line. A gain of 26 yards and a 1st down.
Keppel had the man, Gary, but it seems he lost sight of the ball. And what's nice about it is it's thrown to the outside toward the sideline, where Dodson able to go up and protect it with his body. Big key play for Brown and the Trojans.
Inside of the 4-minute mark now at 3:35 to go in the first period. It's been a rather lengthy first period of football. Parkland on the move. This time Van Syak, he goes up over that left side. Let's give you some of those Parkland linemen. The center is Bobby Steckel, 77. The guards are 75 Hayes and 63 Doble. The tackle's George Folsom, 78. The other tackle at right side is Mike Slifka. Those guys are doing a good job. A gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
They'll settle for a crack right now. We're down there in 4-down territory.
Ball on the 32-yard line. Brown gives the ball to Van Syak again. He gets stood up that time at the line of scrimmage. Is able to fall inside the 30, down to about the 29-yard line. So that'll be a pickup of 3 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 3rd and 3.
I think here's where you get a real good look at Van Syak, Gary, and appreciate his talents more. He's doing fullback running. You know, he's doing the banging inside. He's running the stuff outside. Those are hard yards.
Dick mentioned how many carries he's had. He's had 6 times more than anybody else. Back to throw. Brown looking, firing over the middle. He has Dotson. It's a touchdown, 29 yards. 2 minutes and 12 seconds on the clock, and Parkland up 13-6.
And I think this is what distinguishes Richie Snidzak, Gary, from a lot of other young coaches. He thinks experienced. He really does. This is automatic rush. The rain's pouring down, third and rather short. You got to give it to that Van Slyke, and look at this.
Wow, what a beautifully executed play for Brown. That's touchdown number 13 on the night, or on the year. 12 and 13 this evening so far. It's down. Frassinelli's kick is up. It's good, and let's take another look, Dick, at the touchdown.
And he shows pass. No play fake. Pass all the way. He just beat them.
2 minutes and 12 seconds to go, first period. It's 14 Parkland, 6 Becca. Come on back.
Well, I think for the used car buyer, the big concern is this a good car?
I like it. It's a jumpy little car.
You can find sporty cars, you can find economy cars.
From what I have experienced in the past, they only put cars on the lot that are solid cars. You're not buying someone else's problems.
Most of our cars are local one-owner trades.
I think this looks like a new car.
We do take it seriously. We want to give the consumer the best possible car for their dollar.
Come shop at the Westgate Mall, conveniently located on Shanersville Road in Bethlehem, just south of Route 22. The Westgate Mall has it all. Shopping has never been easier or more convenient. The Westgate Mall features 50 fine merchants at which to shop. Hungry after a long day of shopping? Satisfy your appetite at one of our many eating establishments. There's plenty of free parking and one-stop shopping ease. For all your shopping needs, remember, the Westgate Mall has it all.
Do you get the new TV Host monthly?
I do now. It's the only TV magazine that uncomplicates cable viewing.
Are you kidding? We don't watch cable TV without our TV Host.
I can finally figure out what's on cable.
It's my TV companion. A whole month of cable information right here.
And it's so inexpensive.
It's just pennies a day.
I love it. Well, how can I get it? You call this number right now.
No other TV magazine compares to TV Host. It's the best.
We are back. The ball just fell off the tee. That drive by Parkland, another beauty. 63 yards and 7 plays, mixing the pass and the run. As Ryan Brown hit Clint Dotson for 29 yards and the touchdown.
Consider when you start 2 of those drives, 1st and 15. Even more credit to their coach. But as you said, Gary, they mixed it so well, pass and run.
Dotson's 6th touchdown of the year. It'll be Brannon. He picks it up at the 12-yard line. Lee Brannon with a good run. Brannon's loose. Oh, my. Brannon to the 50. To the 40. He's going to go all the way. Lee Brannon, touchdown. At the 1:59 mark, Lee Brannon goes 88 yards for a touchdown.
And you have them pinned. You know, that's what you're thinking. They're pinned down there real deep.
All right, let's take another look.
Takes a bad bounce. Boy, he loves that left side, doesn't he?
Dick, I hope we get another look, and we get a look at it from the kickoff itself. It was one of those kickoffs where I think the defense sort of relaxes because the ball got by the initial receiver. They might have relaxed a little bit, and Lee Brannon goes 88 yards for the touchdown. Let's look. We'll look at it after the extra point. The 2-point conversion certainly in order right now, as Lee Brannon just scored his 11th touchdown of the season at the 1:59 mark. Big 2-point conversion. Palos back to throw, looking, firing over the middle. We're tied.
That looked easy.
Lee Brannon with a reception. And here is the touchdown one more time.
Semi-squib. There's the big bounce pass, and Brannon picks it up deep. And it does, Gary. I think the defense relaxed just a little bit. Boy, when he gets that left sideline, he goes.
So
Care Plus, only at ABE Car Care Centers.
I've been feeding this kid since he's Don Juan. Got a sword and a mask. He's a delusional patient. If I give him medication, I'm never going to get into this world that he's in, and it's a wonderful world.
What is worth living for and dying for? Only love.
What is going on?
You've been funny lately.
He's getting to me.
He is not Don Juan.
How do you know he's not Don Juan?
Don Juan DeMarco, rated PG-13.
We are back. We're ready for the kickoff as we've been just kicking off and kicking off. With his hand raised is Matt Weimark. Weimark will kick it deep, and it will come in the direction of number 30 again, Matt Thomas. Thomas is going to bring it up the middle, and Thomas is going to go down. Becca High with good coverage that time, as Thomas will go down at about the 28-yard line, where Parkland will put it in play 1st and 10. And Dick, watching that run back again, conditions are getting rather treacherous. It's difficult for anybody to stop and make a tackle.
You know, I think what makes it even more noticeable for the Hawks is the fact, Gary, that they're going against this driving rain, they're going against the wind, and yet their drives have gone so quickly, able to really take advantage. Look at that pouring now.
And a driving rain it is, as it's going up against the glass here in the press box. Difficult for us to see. Van Syak is the ball carrier, as Van Syak gets the ball out over the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at about the 34. And that's a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 5.
What you hope for now, if you're going to concentrate on that ground situation, and Parkland will be coming to that part of the field in the second quarter when they go into the wind, is, of course, get some penalty-free efforts.
2nd and 5 from the 34. Handoff this time goes to the up-back Conti. Conti appears to have the first down.
That's that quick trap.
Conti gets the ball up to the 39-yard line. It will be first down number 6 for Parkland. Give Conti a gain of 6.
That quick trap might be a good play here, Gary, as we go into the 1-minute mark now, simply because the defenses are going to get that first foot, and if you get the short pull, the short trap.
And it's getting darker, and it's raining harder from the 39-yard line. Van Syak puts his head down, barrels forward. You see the clock. That might have been the final play of the first period. It's been a rather exciting, strange. We've had just about everything in this quarter. A turnover. We've had a kickoff run back. We've had 2 beautiful pass plays. And that's a gain of 3 for Conti. 2nd and 7.
You're going to let it run down.
It is pouring right now. We've played 12 minutes of football. We have decided nothing. 14-14 is our score. Come on back to the monsoon.
For Allentown Transmissions, here's Bob Seifert.
Other shops try to do everything. At Allentown Transmissions, we only do transmissions. At Allentown Transmissions, we can tell a difference between a minor or a major problem, so you don't have to pay for services you don't need. We know our customers are satisfied because most of our work is referral. At Allentown Transmissions, we don't have the high overhead of a franchise shop, so we can pass the savings along.
Hey, this feels nice. Who's pulling on my shirt? It's me, Johnson, fool. Is this Russell Athletic?
Sure. Feel that new blend fabric.
Yeah, it's tough, strong. And no little fuzzball.
Oh, no, really?
By the way, anybody got the ball?
I think I got it.
That's not the ball.
Oh, sorry.
Looking for really tough athletic wear? Get Russell Athletic. Get tough.
Bethlehem Sporting Goods, your Russell Athletic store in the Lehigh Valley.
Umbrellas are in order for the evening. It is pouring right now. The situation, the ball's on the 43-yard line. Parkland is looking at a 2nd and 7, 6.5. A very exciting first period. Hand off, Conti. Conti running room as he gets up over the 45, up to about the 49-yard line, and that's about where he had to get for the first down. So, Dick, this might bring up a measurement.
That's that short trap we talked about, Gary. Inside linebacker for Becca going to have to step in that hole. That's been a great gainer for them.
And he is just shy of the first down, so a big third down play here, Dick, because they're certainly not in 4-down territory. The ball just shy of the 49. Conti has the first down. He's into Becca High territory to the 48-yard line. A gain of 3, first down number 7.
People are getting wet. It is coming down.
Spoken like a guy who isn't.
Well, we have SRO here in the press box.
Very comfortable. The bad news is the window in front of us is getting filled up with rain. We can't see the scoreboard. Other than that, though, Dick, the conditions are lovely here. Lovely.
Don't mind at all.
Hand off Van Syak. He'll try the right side. He'll fall forward for maybe a yard or so. In fact, they'll give him forward progress to about the 46-yard line. A gain of a couple, 2nd and 8. Kistner in on the tackle.
You know, you just are so happy for these kids being able to be error-free, you know, in these conditions. This is tough.
I don't think that will hold true this entire evening. Turnovers are going to play a role here before this one's all over.
And the slips.
Handoff, first man through. That's Conti. Tried to trick Becca into going to the outside. Conti gets to the 45-yard line, maybe the 44. Gain of a couple, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and 6.
Yeah, passing situation, but when that thing's beaten down on you like that, you have second thoughts.
Conti with 38 yards rushing tonight, and Van Syak with 37 yards rushing. So good balance there, and a pretty good passing attack, 85 yards in the air. 10 minutes to go, second period. Van Syak tries the left side. Van Syak's going to be stopped shy of the 40-yard line at the 41, so he'll get 3. And Dick, here's the first major decision for Rich Snizak as he's looking at a 4th and a couple.
It is a big play coming up, and you take a chance. I think Richie's going to go for it. We've seen that play quite a bit, Gary. They take their tight end, this case Petrie, and bring him in motion. Easton loves to do that, and he becomes your lead blocker from a motion spot, and then the sweep goes with it.
Big play here in the second period as 4th and 2 for the Trojans. Van Syak's not going to get the football. Neither is Conti. They fire in the middle. Dotson touchdown, 41 yards.
We said they've been going to him more and more, and it really showed there. Becca bunches it, comes up. When Van Syak goes in motion, all eyes go on Conti, and they say we're going short. Fake the Conti, die fake it, and straighten up and throw it. Boy, Dotson's becoming a weapon.
Everybody thought, Dick, they were going to go to the short yardage running game. Instead, they go 41 yards for the touchdown. Dotson's 2nd touchdown of the night. Here's the extra point attempt by Frassinelli. We'll show that play to you one more time. And we'll also put the clock up so that we know the time. There it is, 9:13 to go. Second period. The extra point by Frassinelli is good. It's 21-14, Dick.
Gary, what makes this even a better play is the fact that it's not caught in front of the secondary. It's caught beyond the secondary, so all of Becca had come up to defend the run.
Well, the weather is not bothering the offenses. 21-14. Stay with us.
Let's go get Yakult. You know it's always been the best. Let's go get Yakult for quality that beats the rest. They got cheesesteaks, French fries. The famous Yakult hot dog is known worldwide. Let's go get Yakult. The secret sauce is one of a kind.
Yakult's, an Allentown tradition.
Did I say in the pregame defense was going to be important? We haven't had any. From the 10-yard line with the football is number 81, Bob Candelaria. They kicked the ball away from Lee Brandon that time because he went 88 yards. The last time on the kickoff, The ball is on the 27-yard line, 1st and 10 for Becca. We talked to Bob Stem about getting ready with only 3 days preparation. This is what he told us.
Well, we really don't consider this a short week for us. It was a long week, to tell you the truth. We normally don't practice on Mondays, and I think anybody that's ever played here or played for me knows that. We take Monday off. We rest. We rest from Friday night till Tuesday. I don't want to burn them out, but no, all kidding aside, we do lift a little bit and we run on Monday. So we had a much harder practice this Monday than we had in the past. But Tuesday and Wednesday when we get ready, and that's the 2 days that we feel we need to get ready. And any more than that, we're probably wasting our time. So, you know, I don't think a short week's any excuse. It's maybe a short week for getting some momentum built up, because, you know, the longer period of time you have, the more momentum you have, the more you can talk to them each day and get them a little more hepped up about what's going to happen and what you need to do. Maybe you only can talk to them, you know, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. Normally you got that extra day on Monday just to give them a little psych talk. But, you know, we don't really feel it's a disadvantage. You know, it's how ready we are to play. And psychologically, it's not going to make a difference to us, I don't think. What's going to bother us more than anything else is the weather.
Dick, that answer was longer than the week of preparation.
Gary, I want to go back to that the Parkland situation. Normally you say, I got to get my defense a rest. Parkland says, I got to get my offense a rest. They've been out there all night.
To give Bob Stem a rest after that answer. Lee Brannon carried both times for 6 yards, so Becca looking at a 3rd and 4. They give it to Gregoric, and Gregoric doesn't go anywhere, as Gregoric is stopped, as coming up to make the tackle was Steve Ott, number 43, and Gregoric got maybe a yard at best. In fact, I don't even think we can give him a yard. It's still 4th and 4, and Becca's going to have to punt the ball away.
Well, he made the first cut, Gary, and the underfooting went out. We're going to start to see an awful lot of that also. And then it was simply a gang tackle punt situation.
The punter is Bob Ossepower for Becca. He gets off a good punt, in fact, a great punt. Van Syak back to the 26-yard line, retreats to the 24, and he'll get it out to about the 35 or 34. The punt covers 41 yards.
Kept in tow by number 82, Bill Krebs. Van Syak really tiptoed after he got it, Gary. Footing must become quite treacherous.
These are the huge possessions, Dick, when you stop the other team and get the ball back. Now can you get up by 14 points?
And you feel good about stopping with the wind at their back.
1st and 10 Parkland from their own 35-yard line. 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the first half. Hand off to Conti. Conti got a yard before he's bottled up by that Becca defense. Making the tackle was 75, Jimmy Parham. And a gain of a yard, 2nd and 9.
Jimmy Parham, probably Becca's best lineman, two-way performer, 250 pounds plus. He and Chazar, they're the meat of that offense and defensive front.
Rich Snizak, it's not raining as far as he's concerned right now. 21-14, the sun's shining. In motion is Conti. Here's the pitch to Van Syak. He cuts up inside. He's got some running room as Van Syak gets the ball up to the 42-yard line. He'll pick up 6 yards, and Parkland will look at a 3rd and 3.
They're using a motion man, a lead man, a flanker man. They're using an awful lot of people to lead that sweep. That time they were able to turn the corner just a little bit. Good yardage, 3rd and short.
47 yards rushing now on the night for Van Syak, and we have a Becca High player down on the field. And he is just now getting up. And it is number 33, it is. That is Jamie Connell, 5'8", 160-pound senior. And the officials keeping the ball dry. They've yet to mark it. They'll put it around the 42-yard line. And Dick, another one of those tough calls defensively. You just don't know what Rich Snizak's going to do here.
Yeah, you know, it was 4th down before, of course, and they come up, reacted to the run, and that's when they had it over their head. Maybe it'd be a good call right here.
Brown to Conti, Brown to Dotson, Brown to Dotson. 3 touchdowns for Parkland here in the first half, and Dotson is out wide to the left side on a 3rd and 3. Conti in motion. It's the pitch to Van Syak. Cuts up inside. He won't get the first down. give some credit to number 51, Larry Panic. He didn't exactly make the tackle, but he forced.
Boy, did Panic fill nicely. He took him right off his path. That was a great job.
And Parkland, as we said, they get a possession after stopping Becca, but they can't do anything with it. So that means Frassinelli is back to punt the ball away.
With Roeder and Krebs deep to receive.
It's blocked. The punt is blocked. Number 21, I believe. Matt Haldeman was in to block the punt. We'll get another look at it. Becca's going to get the football.
You want to catch that one, Gary. One of those things you sometimes take for granted. You're already down there. You're already checking it, the punt return team, and maybe someone forgets an assignment.
See if it's number 21. It is number 21 who comes in to make the block.
Talked to Matty this morning. He has a bad wrist injury earlier. And I said, which one do you prefer, offense or defense? And I said, just so I play, just to get back. And what do you know, he does it from special teams.
From the 29-yard line, 1st and 10, the ball's loose. Parkland has the football. Coming out of the pack is Barry Doble, number 63. What broke that play up is the fact that Lee Brannon slipped before he got the football.
Yeah, he actually slips and bumps into the football. There's a handoff all set to go, and it really hits him high because he's fallen.
Hit him
almost
on the helmet.
helmet.
It did. Hit him right on the helmet from the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 Parkland. So they're not hurt by the block punt. Handoff, Van Syak. Van Syak will get 5 and more. He'll get up to the 36, 37-yard line, a gain of 7.
I think Ira Van Syak has become a fullback runner, Gary. All hard yardage. Boy, Richie wants to throw. I just know he wants to throw.
Throwing's not a bad call in this weather as long as the ball is dry.
Just keep it low and
Receivers
short.
know where they're going. The defenders certainly run the risk of falling down. 2nd and 3 from the 37. Coming in motion is Petrie. Handoff, Van Syak. Van Syak looks like he has the first down. He had to just get over the 40, and that's exactly what he did.
Parkland getting a lot out of that motion, Gary. That lead guy's doing an awful lot. Petrie again this time. This time it wasn't outside the sweep. It was inside. We're going to measure.
Krim's giving it a long, hard look. And I think, no, Krim says, let's bring in the chains. This would be 1st down. Number 9 for Parkland. Becca High, Dick, only has 1 first down in the ball game.
Well, they don't have the hands on the ball that much. 79-yarder and that, 60-plus yarder from scrimmage.
And it is 1st down, number 9. Gain of 4.
Gary, it's still coming down hard, but doesn't appear to be driving as badly as it was now. It's almost coming straight down. That takes away a definite wind advantage.
Dick, Becca's run the ball tonight 8 plays. They've had 8 plays of offense in the first half. They're only down by 7. Van Syak again. And Van Syak breaks away from some tacklers. The uniforms are getting slippery. As he gets the ball up to the 47-yard line, he'll gain 7 yards on that carry, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 3.
Petrie in motion is becoming a definite key. That time he lined up at the tight end. The wide receiver went up to the line of scrimmage. He drops back, then goes in motion, and he leads for Van Syak. Want to keep an eye on that.
Clock stopped at 3:05 as he runs out of bounds to play in the first half. From the 47-yard line, Van Syak 1st down and more. He barrels forward inside the 45, down to the 43-yard line before Jim Keppel puts him down. A gain of 10 yards, 1st down, number 10.
That's what I mean by fullback running, Gary. He didn't play tailback there. Watch this. He doesn't look for someone to run around. He looks for Matt Weimark, number 10, to run over. Head down collision. Boom, right there.
That was his 18th carry tonight. We're only in the first half. He's going to get it again. Van Syak falls forward, dives forward. Dickey's playing like a dolphin out there as he gets inside the 40. Down to the 37-yard line. He'll pick up 5 yards, 2nd and 5.
Most backs call it a landmark to go over 1,000 yards rushing. He'll go over 200 carries.
He has 81 yards on the night. 2nd and 5, and it is teeming right now. The skies have opened up. Oh, what a drive. Parkland just running Van Syak right at Becca. And Becca, I think, has an injured player, but getting up. I think that was number 9, Jimmy Keppel. The ball down to the 30-yard line. And
well, we're playing with the clock a little bit now, too, Gary. About 2:15.
Van Syak again from the 30. He could go. Van Syak down to the 8-yard line. 22-yard run.
Like a man possessed. Of course, you cannot do it without those horses up front. We've sung their praises twice already this evening. And you know what it is, Gary? It's quick counts, getting off in a quick block. That means you're winning that first step at the line of scrimmage. That, too, could have to do with the elements.
Van Syak over the 100-yard mark already with 108. First and goal to go from the 8. Van Syak's down to the 5-yard line.
That last one was a touchdown-saving tackle by Fissner.
Gain of 3.
Van Syak will carry over 20 times in the first half.
He has.
Wow.
He's at 21 for 111 yards. From the 5-yard line, second and goal to go, Trojans. Van Syak again, the 22nd carry of the first half. He's down to the 2 or 3-yard line. Let's put the clock up and watch it run down.
Gary, no. The official signals touchdown, then he realizes it's the
5-yard line. That's not a touchdown.
He puts his hand, holds head, and says, oh, my heavens, what have I done? Watch this. You'll see him signal. He's going to signal touchdown and realize he made a mistake. Now watch, he'll hit his head. Oh, no.
And he'll really love to see that replay when he gets home. Gain of 2 on the play.
Come on, Red!
From the 3-yard line, Van Syak can't fall forward. Good job by the Becca defense, particularly Matt Weimark, I believe, number 10 and number 9, Keppel.
You know, if Parkland does score, the right side line really gets off the ball well here. He's going slightly to the left. That was Weimark who straightened him up.
Dick, if he falls forward, he has a touchdown.
Or you might want to, of course, you've been feeding your tailback, but you might want to try a sneak here, Gary.
4th and goal to go from the 1-yard line. Van Syak touchdown.
But you know what makes it even better? The clock management. They're down to almost a half minute, Gary. Totally on the ground. Totally on the ground.
Totally Ira Van Syak.
Boy, is that putting faith in your people.
Dick, Van Syak carried the ball on every play. Every play. 70 yards. They do it in 11 plays. It's all Ira Van Syak. Nobody else.
He's finally getting a rest, Gary. He's coming out in the extra point attempt.
And again, we'll ask that the clock be put up after the touchdown. The extra point is up, and it is good. 40 seconds on the clock. And Parkland, are they right now carving out a huge upset?
Do you realize what we have seen offensively? You got a gigantic run from scrimmage by Brannon. You got a kickoff return by Brannon. You got a Dotson beautiful pass behind the defender. You got the fullback Condi's nice, a release pass, and now you have a Van Syak drive 11 plays, and then throw in another Dotson special.
About all you can do offensively, isn't it?
Wow. We have seen, and under these conditions, what an offensive ball game.
Van Syak's 10th touchdown of the year. Van Syak unofficially 24 carries, 116 yards. That drive was all Ira Van Syak. All 70 yards belonged to him.
And the offensive line.
And the offensive line. And again, the rain continues to just beat down here. And our hats off to our crew. The guys standing outside running those cameras doing a terrific job in unbelievably bad conditions.
Hats on tonight, not hats off. They're going to get all wet with those hats on.
It'll be Frassinelli to kick off. He wants to keep it away from Brannon, I'm sure. And does. We have offsides. Parkland had about 8 people offsides on that kick. That wasn't an onside kick. It was an offsides kick.
Remember, Richie tried this last week. Was so close to halftime against Central, and Central ran, I guess, 12 seconds on the clock for 3 plays and scored.
Third penalty against Parkland for a total of 15 yards. So they'll kick the ball off from the 35-yard line. And Don't think Bob Stem won't go for everything, no matter how much time is left on the clock. Oh, wait, they're marking this off against Becca?
Maybe they lined up offside, Gary. Well, that's what they're doing.
Penalty was against Becca?
I think they lined up over that 10-yard stripe.
Well, that's their third penalty for 25 yards. I'll tell you, there were a bunch of people offsides for Parkland. They must have called that before the kick. You get a look at Frassinelli. He's a real specialist. He goes to kicking camps and punting camps. On the ground. Trying to keep it alive. Picking it up is Candelaria, and he's looking for a little running room. Candelaria is still on his feet. Look at that little guy go. 5'6", 150-pound senior.
Yeah, I thought they were going to dead that one, Gary. Guess not.
I think he might have picked it up after he picked his knee up off the ground. Becca High, 1st and 10 from the 30, as they call a timeout, 34-yard line. All right, take a look. If his knee touches when he has possession of the football, he does not. No, that's a good call. So Becca High calls a timeout. I think it's their first tick. And again, we'll ask that the clock please be put up on the screen. Becca High with 2 timeouts left, we think. And Bob Stem, we know, will use them. I think it looks like we're playing around midnight with the lights off.
Wow.
It is just a miserable, miserable night. We're supposed to go to Pius tomorrow for the first time ever, and we certainly hope.
That one may be postponed already, guys.
Get that one in. Back to throw. And I believe that was a forward pass. And with the ball and running up the sideline is Billy Krebs.
Fumble.
Who got the ball? They're up over the 40-yard line, up to about the 42. Gain of 8 on the pass play. And Becca calls timeout again. Becca now 1 for 2 in the passing department for 8 yards. That's not their normal game, for sure. And we'll take another look at this and try to make certain that it was a forward pass. I would not think they'd risk a lateral here in this weather and that length.
It is really difficult to see now.
It's forward. Dick, you don't have much choice, though, now. The game started. They're going to have to play it.
Oh, yeah. Officials in charge now. It's going to take some lightning to stop this thing now, Gary.
There was a chance of lightning in the forecast. We have not seen any sign of it, but with our location in this press box, we can barely see the game, let alone the sky. I know no one in the press box is afraid of the lightning. They're all relaxed and dry.
I'm afraid those floats at halftime, they're going to get mired down.
They're all up here wondering why the kids are fumbling. And we have whistles all over the place, so hold everything. We have illegal procedure against Becca. 4th penalty, 30 yards. It'll set them back to the 37-yard line, where they'll be looking at a 2nd and 7.
I think they had the first down yardage on that play, Gary, and then I think the fumble knocked them back a couple yards. But you don't worry about first down now with the clock situation.
Parkland certainly wants to play a little prevent here and get quite a few people back if they can. Handoff went to whom?
That's half, Gary.
No, we got a timeout, I believe, don't we? No.
Oh, we do.
Becca called timeout. We don't know how much time. It's at 0, but I think there'll be some discussion here. Dick, do you know who carried the ball? 2 seconds.
No. I thought I saw Brandon go right, so I'd have to say Gregoric.
There was a loss of a yard on the play.
Richie wanted to know from Dennis Krim if the 0 didn't go down before the play got off. Excuse me, before the timeout was called.
So we'll have time for one more play before the half ends.
Now you go into the prevent. Put your safeties 30 yards back, let them drop one in front of you, and then with their footing, they're able to cut it big. You always sweat that. Boy, they are in a prevent.
Talos back. Little
hook and ladder.
Hook and ladder is right as the pass was complete to Krebs.
Doble.
Then Doble comes up to make the hit as they get it up to the 43-yard line. It was a gain of 8 on the pass play, but we've had a very interesting and wet first half, and Parkland right now is forging the upset as they lead it 28-14. We'll put the numbers together and be back.
For a friendly atmosphere and great food, come into Willie Joe's. Choose from a menu that includes steak sandwiches, burgers, and of course, that famous Willie Joe's hot dog, an Allentown tradition for over 45 years. Daily specials include steamed clams at just $2.95 per dozen. You just can't miss when you stop in at Willie Joe's. So say hi to Rich or Matt when you stop in at either Willie Joe's Allentown locations, 446 North 15th Street or 2407 Lehigh Street.
You were watching the Lehigh Valley's company of choice, Twin County Cable 4.
Twin County Cable, a world of choice. Twin County Cable, a world of choice.
Welcome back to Parkland High School, and it is a drenched Parkland High School as halftime was extended a bit because we can only guess there was a bolt of lightning in the sky, and I think that may have delayed the start of the second half, although for those of you sitting home in a nice dry living room, you haven't been affected by the time delay at all. It is just a horrible, horrible night right now for football. And I'm sure if you're a Parkland fan, though, you think it's not all that bad. With a 28-14 lead and the horrible conditions that are down there on the field, you might start thinking that that lead could hold up. Dick, let's take a look at our halftime numbers.
Really astounding halftime numbers, Gary. Where do you see that first one? Fans is going to jar you. 12-to-1 ratio first downs, and it's reflected in your next two categories, your rushing and your passing yardage. You're talking 261 yards overall, 86, and I guess 70 some of those were gotten on one play. So really the possession now drop all the way down to the last line, Gary. Just as amazing, 11 offensive plays to 42, almost a 4-to-1 ratio.
With those numbers, one would think that Becca would be getting beaten worse than they are. They're only down 14, and a big, or a lot of the credit for that goes to Lee Brannon. He goes 64 yards for a touchdown in the first quarter, and then he runs a kickoff back 88 yards for a touchdown, and that tied it up at 14-14. And then Parkland ran off the next 14 points to make it 28-14. That's where we stand right now. Dick?
The thing about it, Gary, is that every touchdown play and drive was a thing of beauty. Every single one. That last one, I mean, Woody Hayes, sure, people don't like that maybe, but 11 straight times, all on the ground, fighting the clock, fighting the elements, knowing where the ball is going to go and knowing who's going to carry it.
Individual numbers, 24 carries for Van Sciac for 116 yards. And as Dick said, he carried all 70 yards for that touchdown, his 10th of the season that he got with 40 seconds to go in the first half. Other individual numbers so far for Lee Brannon, 3 carries for 70 yards. And Parkland will kick it off to Becca High. Brannon is deep. As we said, he's already returned to kickoff for a touchdown. And you see Frassinelli with his hand up. And we're going to play the final 24 in these bad conditions. And it goes out of bounds. And was it touched? No, the penalty flag comes out. So Becca will get the ball, Dick, 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line.
Parkland and Frasnelli again not wanting to put the ball in the air and pull it deep for another possible breakaway. Instead, put it on the ground, squibs out of bounds. Good field position, Hawks.
I'm sure it was not real comfortable down in that locker room either, with wet uniforms and sitting down there. It probably was very uncomfortable for both teams. They have not changed jerseys. And we'll pick it up 1st and 10 on the Golden Hawk 35-yard line. Gregoric is the up back. Brannon is the deep back. Palos is your quarterback. Brannon has the ball, cuts against the grain, and maybe gets a yard on the play, and here comes a penalty flag. So we'll hold everything.
Very late flag, Gary, coming into the tail end of that play. That's face mask, probably.
It is. So a gain of a yard, and then they'll tack on another 15. So for Parkland, penalty number 3 for 25 yards.
Boy, that has to bother you. Make a great stop like that, you know, and that's Brandon's area to run. He hits that side. You know, slides it off the tackle on both sides. And now you got him bottled up with a real good defensive effort, and then you get a 15-yarder at the end of the play.
And just like that, Becca High doubles their first down output as they get a first down, their second of the night. Palos back to throw. Palos looking long. And it is defended nicely by Dotson as the pass was intended for Billy Krebs.
Dotson doing a good job of playing center field. Gets help that time along with number 49, Jason Rabinold.
Dotson with that lanky 6'3" range was able to get up. This ball looked like it could potentially be completed. But there's Dotson with a good defensive play, and Krebs certainly with sure hands. 6'1", 155-pound junior. The ball's on the 48-yard line.
Palos put that one up, Gary, huh? That was a longie.
I think throwing the ball may be the best thing to do in these conditions. 2nd and 10 from the 48 of Parkland. Palos straight drop, looking, trying to throw a sideline pattern, and it's complete to Krebs. Krebs turns it upfield, and Krebs gets the ball to the 35-yard line, a gain of 13 yards and a first down.
We said over 60 receptions between Krebs, Labons, and Fissner coming in. Krebs 29 catches coming in for 512 yards. Straight drop back, little bit of pressure, not much. Comes back to meet the ball. Good reception.
You wonder why throw in these conditions. Well, the receivers know where they're going. The quarterback knows where the receivers are going. And the defense has to try to keep their footing as well as stay with the offensive player.
Oh,
that's
we got
not
motion.
real easy. And here come the whistles. This will be a penalty against Becca High. It'll be their 5th penalty for 35 yards.
And that was another pass play, Gary. This time they had flanked and wide right, slotted right. That's that under pattern they like to throw. Send one man deep and then swing the flanker underneath. We'll watch for that one because that's a favorite Becca play.
Just under 11 minutes now with the clock running. Palos looking at a 1st and 15 from the 40. Straight drop, Palos. Looking long down the sideline. And it is knocked down, almost picked off as the coverage supplied by Bill Kimek. And the pass incomplete.
Kimak doing the double duty for Joseph offensively and defensively.
Dougie Joseph out with a shoulder injury. 21 replaced by 31. And the fans are a little gut check tonight if you're a fan.
Yeah. A lot of euchre seats tonight, huh?
You either love football or you're downright dumb. Because it's ugly out there. Our crew came in at halftime to get a little drier. And Palos can't get rid of the football. Manages to pick up about a yard on the play as he'll get up to the 41-yard line. 10.5 minutes to go in the 3rd period. And Becca now will be looking at a 3rd and 14.
Took the smart play that time, Gary. Just took it out of bounds. Didn't even take the chance of letting it go from his arm. Loose ball, interception, anything like that. Just steps it out of bounds.
Becca High only has 8 yards rushing beyond what Lee Brannon did on his 64-yard run.
Yeah, expanding on that point, Gary, you're playing from a deficit now, and look at how it limits what you can do with Brannon.
Passing situation for Palos, and he'll drop straight back. He'll roll away from trouble and look and fire downfield. And it again is almost picked off. As coverage you see, supplied by Barry Doble along with Clint Dotson. And the window in the press box now is so drenched and just running with water that almost impossible to see certain areas of the field. Everything is blurred. But we do know it's a 4th and 14, and the ball's on the 39-yard line.
I'm respecting more and more of those plaudits that have been handed out to Doble by the staff this year. He put the pressure on and then went back to defend.
6'2", 212-pound senior. Becca High on a 4th and 14. They will go for it. In motion, Brannon. Back to throw. Looking. Palos lets it go. Into the end zone. He has a man open. And it is a touchdown. Walking in with a touchdown, Billy Krebs. 39 yards.
Well, a bit of a gamble, but gee, was he open. I was surprised, Gary, because it's really only a one receiver play. Brannon looked when he came out of the backfield, but no one defended Brannon. He's certainly not going there. He's going deep, and it really looked quite easy.
Boy, once he caught the ball, there was nobody to keep him from going into the end zone. Extra point attempt. It'll be a fake. Palos looking. He's in trouble. Palos flips it into the end zone. It's caught. It's good.
See, those are kind of come back to haunt you guys. So many people around.
Catching it is Matt Weimark. Matt Weimark with the reception.
He'll take 2 instead of his usual 1, huh?
Well, that makes things very interesting as the score now. Parkland 28, Becca High 22.
Trojans are going to lament those last 2 plays, Gary. Big 4th down play when you could have taken over in relatively good field position. And now the 2-point thing. You almost have Palos trapped. And really, he puts it up for grabs here. Just really gets rid of it. And there are a lot of red jerseys around there. That's a touchdown.
So the drive, 65 yards in 7 plays at 10-18, 28-22. Hey, the new 96 Dodges are in stock now at Rarick Dodge in Bath. Plus, Rarick Dodge has a great selection of pre-owned cars and trucks, including caravans, 4-wheel drive pickups, and family sedans. Rarick Dodge is just 5 minutes north of Route 22 and Route 512 in Bath. For a clean deal, come to Bath. Come to Rarick Dodge. Van Syak does a little slipping and sliding away as he gets the ball for Parkland. And they will put it down. The officials will at the 32-yard line.
Well, Parkland played solid defense to begin the second half. Excellent defense. And then a letdown on 2 consecutive plays.
Bob Stem taking no chances as he gets the 2-point conversion. Feels now he might be in pretty good shape. Ryan Brown is your quarterback. It's going to be Van Syak who has the ball and pretty good running room. Van Syak has now carried the ball, Dick, at least 12 consecutive plays.
Yeah, they think this is still the first half. They're just going in a different direction.
He picked up 8. Parkland with 143 yards on the ground. Van Syak with 124 of them on 25 carries.
I believe that Krebs touchdown was his 5th of the year, Gary. 4 via the pass and 1 on a reverse versus Allen.
2nd and 2 from the 40. Van Syak again, first down and more. Van Syak could go. He will go. 60 yards. Touchdown, Ira Van Syak.
Now everybody on the Parkland side looks for the flags. There are none. Gary, the one defender from Becca takes the other one out. The last 2 lines of defense, too deep. For some reason, Becca is really deep. And here they take out each other.
Ira Van Syak, that was all his drive too. How about the last 13 carries for Ira Van Syak for 138 yards?
The first 12 took him, what, 60-something? The last one equals it.
He is 16 yards shy now of 200 yards in the ball game. Van Syak came in with 783, so he is now up to 967 yards. Van Syak tried to get the two-point conversion and could not. With 9:13 on the clock, third period, it's Parkland with a 34-22 lead.
Hi there. Join me, Tom Braun, and the rest of the Halftime Show crew as we present the best high school bands from Bangor to Parkland and all points in between. We'll talk about upcoming band competitions and even background on the bands you like to watch. So mark your calendars to watch the only half hour dedicated to your local band. The Halftime Show, Tuesdays at 8, Thursdays at 6, and Sundays at 8 on your company of choice, Twin County Cable 4. You are watching the Lehigh Valley's company of choice, Twin County Cable 4.
I'll bet Ira Van Syak did not think he could come into this ball game tonight and get 1,000 yards rushing at 783, but right now he is only 33 yards shy of 1,000.
When you got Brandon knocking on the door also. He came in with 910.
Frassinelli has Brandon with the football. Brandon, he just slides off of people, and he does finally go down at about the 26-yard line.
You know, it looked like he went down easily, but that was close, because that's one of his typical, hit that left and then go to the outside and slide.
Dick, I know this is a cameraman's nightmare tonight, but this is also an announcer's nightmare tonight.
Yeah, this
you can't see out the window. We have no view of the scoreboard. It's difficult to pick up yardage if you watch the monitor. There's all kinds of problems here this evening in getting this thing out. From the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. Back to throw Palos. He's just going to flip the ball out as that pass intended for Brannon, and it falls incomplete.
Look at that, Ray. You know, Gary, we got an interesting shot in the side. Well, not interesting, but important shot in the sideline. The trainer working on Brown's finger. Remember in pregame, we're on the field, he took a snap, and all of a sudden we heard this,
right.
Yo! And they're working on his finger. I wonder if that was it. Boy, that would be costly. Well, maybe it's not his handoff to Van Syak hand.
You know, on the Lee Brannon watch, Dick, you made me pay a little more attention now, as Brannon has 981 yards on the season.
It's a race.
So he only needs 19 for 1,000, and we'll try to keep track of all of that as we try to keep track of numbers. Here comes some penalty flags, and somebody was obviously offsides before the snap, or there was some movement, so it could be illegal procedure.
Well, tomorrow's Breeders' Cup Day all day, Guy, with the big races, so we'll have one tonight, the race to 1,000.
This will be against Parkland. 4th penalty, 30 yards.
I think this is the worst precipitation of the evening.
You think so?
Oh, it is. Look at it, it's collecting on the windows there.
Right now, in fact, it'd be interesting to have a camera inside the booth here. Right now, we can make out no one through the glass. Will depend, as we often do, and rightfully so on our camera guys. We'll just watch our own monitor. Handoff goes to Brandon. Brandon breaks through. Brandon tries to cut to the outside and gets good yardage as he gets up over the 40, up to about the 42-yard line. Brandon will pick up 11 yards and a 1st down.
As a youth, Gary, I was told always find, as we watch the replay here, short stuff, always told to find some goodness in everything. If there's a goodness in the weather, it has to be the fact it's not cold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Those kids aren't freezing out there.
From the 42-yard line, 1st and 10, and I think we're going to have a stoppage. Why? It can't get any worse. Oh, maybe we saw a little lightning. And the players will, well, they're going to go somewhere. We'll call a timeout. You don't have to go anywhere, and the timeout will be very short for you. So stay with us. We'll be back.
feel it in the air. You can see it. Now you can get it. HBO and Cinemax guarantee a great new movie every Friday and Saturday night, 52 weeks a year. With just one phone call. Call now for HBO and Cinemax.
Well, we know we weren't out of your living rooms for very long, but we just had a 15-minute game delay, primarily because of lightning, but a good move because the rain has let up a bit. 1st and 10 for Becca from their own 42-yard line, and Lee Brannon has the football, and Brannon will get up to about the 45, so he'll pick up 3. We'll give him only 2 yards. It looks like they'll mark it at the 44. Brannon with 84 yards on the ground.
He's in that stop, Gary. Van Syak, he's on both sides. He's played a tough corner all year defensively.
Brannon needs 6 yards now for 1,000. The ball just shy of the 45. We'll call it the 44. 2nd and 7. So we will give him 3 yards, give him 85 yards on the night. Back to throw, Palos. Looking, firing on a little hook pattern. And the ball, I'm sure, which is extremely difficult to catch, intended for Krebs, and it falls incomplete. 4 for 10 now in the passing department for Palos. Clock stopped at 7:40.
Defender falls, receiver lunges. Really tough out there, Greg.
And that's just up here in the press box.
It's going to be tough, even the runners.
It's still raining, but it's not raining the way it was. Big play here for Becca. 3rd and 7. Palos, plenty of time. Back, fires. Is it intercepted? No, it's just knocked down. That's coming up to make the knockdown was Ira Van Syak.
What he'll do is he'll go with a flood side, strong side each time. Keeps him quite busy. Let's see if Becca will punt.
You get another look. Watch the Van Syak play. He almost catches it. And Dick, if he does catch it, that could be another touchdown.
You're right.
The punter for Becca is Ossepower, as Becca will punt it away for only the 2nd time tonight. And will it get into the end zone? I don't think will. It'll be whistled dead at the 7-yard line. A 48-yard punt for Ossepower.
Well, the judgment there by the Trojan staff. They don't want him handling that ball, Gary, inside the 10 or 20. Happened there. Thought it'd go in the end zone, but it got the dead roll on that wet turf. Parkland pinned back.
Boy, I wouldn't want to handle the ball on the 7-yard line either in these conditions. So Parkland deep in their own territory. Well, and now they have to worry about the turnover.
You know the carrier, you just don't know where we're going to carry it, right?
Yeah.
That's Syak.
And you have to hope that you don't bobble it or have it slip through your hands. The clock is started from the 7-yard line. We approach the 7-minute mark. Who else but Ira Van Syak with some running room as he cuts it to the outside, gets out over the 10, out to about the 12-yard line as the tackle made by Jamie Connell, and that's a pickup of 5 yards, 2nd and 5 for Van Syak.
Well, this is the hardest I have seen him run, Gary, and I think the amazing thing about it is after the excessive number of carries and here deep into the 3rd quarter, he's still running that hard.
We have a little bit of an equipment problem. Van Syak now at 972 yards. As the ball will be placed down at the 12-yard line. 2nd and 5. And my goodness, Dick, it's amazing the difference in the weather right now. It's clear. We have a clear view of the field. You can see the difference right on your screen at home. It's turned into a much nicer evening at the moment. Van Syak, again, the ball carrier, as he gets up close to the 15-yard line. I think that's where they'll mark it. That's a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 2.
Is that 15 straight carries for him now in possession?
Well, we've got 11. That's it, 15.
Wow. And you know 16 coming. You know, we don't know the condition of Brown's hand. So far, he has not had to put it up. Could be sweep. Watch sweep now. Lead, there it is, lead blocker.
Van Syak tries again and will get the first down with a straight arm. Van Syak up the sideline. Will finally get knocked out of bounds in the mud and the mire and the muck but not before. He gets 1,000 yards as a rusher and gets the ball up over the 45. No, they're going to mark it at the 43-yard line. Dick, a gain
Watch this,
of 28 yards.
A weapon out of the pass. Woody Hayes had been proud of this. First of all, you get a mini straight arm there in the low tackle, and now a maxi straight arm. Great job.
Van Syak on the night. 29 carries, 220 yards.
There's a trap to keep him honest inside to Connie.
Connie from the 43 gets the ball up to the 48. A gain of 5. 2nd and 5.
Boy, when Petrie goes in motion, that's a definite sweep.
Van Syak over 1,000. And he's done it with a phenomenal night. 220 yards. We're only in the 3rd quarter. Van Syak again. Van Syak could go to the 30. Cuts back down at the 25-yard line. Van Syak, 27 yards.
They caught the Hawks in a blitz, Gary. Chris Mitchell came to the outside, and they went up to the inside. They've been running that off-tackle thing. There's Mitchell going. They run it inside. Good job by Conde. He took a man and a half out in his block.
Begins to make us start to wonder what the East Penn Conference rushing record is for a single game. Van Syak certainly has to be in the ballpark. Conte, the ball carrier, gets it to the 22. He'll get 3.
That time, Van Syak lined up the short back, the lead blocker for Conde, who went deep. 4-4-6. This is a two-pronged weapon for Parkland, Gary. Getting the ground and eating the clock.
From the 22, 2nd and 7. Van Syak. Again, a nice hole opened up as he gets inside the 20, down to about the 17-yard line. Be a gain of 5 for Ira Van Syak.
Certainly important enough to mention again, Gary, those offensive lines. 78, George Folsom, 290. 75, Randy Hayes, 230. 61, Mike Slivka, 222. 63, Barry Doble, 212. And Bobby Steckel, 77, the center at 230.
3rd and 2 from the 18.
That could be lead now. That's sweep.
There's Van Syak again.
Inside.
Head down, falls forward to about the 16. And he'll be very close to a 1st down, but I think he's going to be inches shy. It'll be 4th and inches for Parkland.
Well, he keeps getting up. Well, it's a little soft going down tonight, I guess.
He's carried the ball 32 times tonight. 4th and less, well, just about a full yard.
They wouldn't throw to Dodson over the middle again, would they?
Richie would do just about anything. Maybe a fake pass to Dotson. They did it before for a touchdown. Van Syak 1st down.
Got it. Short
Inside
side.
the 15 to the 14, a gain of 3.
Still a pretty good call, Gary. Away from the strength when weak side actually dove for the distance.
1st down, number 16 for the Trojans. Good lead block that time, Dick, by Josh Conte, as he does almost all night long. It's windy right now, but I'm not sure it's raining at all.
Conde.
There goes Conte! Touchdown! Did he get it? No, he's down to the 1-yard line. Conte, 13 yards.
Trojans don't mind that, Gary, that it's not a score. That's one more offensive set, one more big sweep of the clock. Inside, look for the trap. There you get it. The guard pulls. Weimark.
Conte with 46 yards on the night. 1st and goal to go from the 1. Touchdown! No, it's a touchdown.
They got
no
it.
fumble.
Broke the plane.
Ira Van Syak with a touchdown. What a drive. 93 yards. 11 plays. Ira Van Syak with his 13th touchdown, making his 12th touchdown of the year. 2 minutes and 43 seconds on the clock. Brown will hold. Frassinelli in to kick the extra point. Parkland trying to go up by 20. Make it 19. Trying to go up by 19. It's up. It is good. Parkland 41. Becca 22. Stay with us.
Pauly Shore is in the Army now.
It's not a job, it's an adventure.
That's the Navy.
The few and the proud?
No, that's the Marines.
Keep going and going and gone?
No, that's the, Energizer Bunny.
Gentlemen, we're be all you can be.
Sign on with Pauly Shore for some frontline humor.
In the Army.
In the Army now. This month only on the Movie Channel.
The consensus here in the press box is that Ira Van Sciac has set a new single-game mark for the East Penn Conference, a record held by Brian Baker, set last year. We think that Brian had about 227. With the football is Candelaria, and Candelaria will go down at the 29-yard line, where Becca High will put it in play 1st and 10. I think it's hard to believe this is still only the third quarter.
You know, you certainly got to be impressed with those numbers, Gary, but you got to be more impressed with his durability. How about the number of
34 carries? 34 carries.
And those are tough yards. You know, those aren't gimme yards, big holes or anything else. Those are hit the line of scrimmage, get banged around yards.
You get a look at Palos from the shotgun. Becca High is going to fill the air with footballs. Back to throw. And the pass incomplete, intended for number 86, Jeremy Lebans.
Now you wonder, Darren, certainly looking at the scoreboard numbers only, you'd say that's a desperation offense. Of course, they do have the handoff there when Brandon is back there.
Hard to believe the efficiency of the Parkland offense tonight under these conditions. From the shotgun again, Palos back to throw. Looking. Finally throwing downfield, and is it caught? No, it is not. An incomplete pass, and it was intended for John Fistner. Dick, I'll tell you, with this situation, Becca having to pass on almost every down, this ball game could easily run 3 hours, if not more.
You'll miss the 11 o'clock news tonight, Gary.
We may go right from here to Pius. Palos again, big 3rd and 10. Fires downfield, has a man, it's almost intercepted. As Clint Dotson was there playing center field, and Dotson almost had it. As the pass intended for Lebans, I believe.
Where they found a spot for Dotson on D. The place is very disciplined also. He's the rover, he's the center fielder.
Back to punt the ball for Becca is Ryan McGeehan, number 72. McGeehan does not get off a very good punt, and it will get a good Becca roll, however, as the ball will be whistled dead at the 39-yard line, a 31-yard punt. And Parkland once again will put it in play 1st and 10 from their own 39.
Boy, if they generate another drive, Gary, you're looking at a possible 300 yards here.
Dick, let me make a call here. How about Van Sciac? Maybe Van Sciac will carry? It's just a guess. His 35th carry of the night. Ira Van Sciac over the 40, out to the 43, a gain of 4. Parkland 303 yards rushing, Van Syak 260 yards himself. And we now believe that every Van Syak run is a new record in the East Penn Conference.
You know, the Hawks, one great thing they have accomplished defensively, Gary, they have always put the clampers on a top runner. Last week, Tatum, 23 yards. They've done this all year. They didn't do it tonight.
Van Syak again steps over a few people, but this time a good defensive play by Becca as he's knocked down into the muck and the mire.
That might be exhaustion.
Exhaustion makes a stop. And as Dick was saying a few minutes ago, these are not easy yards. These are tough yards. He does get 1 yard on the carry. From the 44, 3rd and 5. Draw play, Conti, and he has the first down. Conti inside of Becca territory to the 47-yard line, and that's a gain of 9 yards. Make it 8 yards.
Well, there hasn't been much diversification in the running, but boy, when they have gone to Conti, he certainly has proved effective as we're nearing the end of the 3rd quarter. Probably let it run out.
That will be the end of the 3rd period of play. Parkland leads it 41 to 22.
Maybe I should cut my hair. Get out of here. You're gorgeous. Yeah, right. So, how come I'm the only one who hasn't been asked to the prom?
Oh, who cares? Nobody's asked me either.
So what is it?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
We are back. We're ready to start the 4th period of play. Ira Van Syak has been the story tonight. 6 foot, 175-pound senior, gaining over 1,000 yards for the season in tonight's ball game, 261, and he's going to do it one more time. As this time, he is going to pick up about a yard on the play, and it's getting very difficult to pick up the numbers of the Becca kids. That tackle by Jimmy Keppel, gain of a yard.
Becca really defending that motion now, Gary. Picking up that lead block by Petrie. Going to come back to some amazing numbers after this play.
You got to look at Rich Snizak yelling the play to his quarterback. Give the quarterback, too, a lot of credit. Yeah. Just handling the snap tonight cannot be an easy chore. In motion goes Petrie, and they give it to Van Syak on a draw. Although this time Chris Mitchell is there to smell it out, and Mitchell puts Van Syak down, and Ira picks up another yard.
Now, Gary, line play. How about this? Last week against Whitehall, very respectable football team. Becca line and backer-ups gave up 7 first downs, 25 yards rushing, less than 2 yards per carry, 99 yards passing, a total of 122 yards. And tonight, what is it? What?
315 on the ground and 85 yards in the air. Penalty flags all over the place.
You know, I'm trying to find some parameters here. What is this difference? Is it the weather? Is it the lead? You know, playing differently because you're at a deficit or what?
Well, you know, we go back to our original question. Do 3 days of preparation cause you some problems? You know the old jinx in the NFL. You play Monday night, you don't play very well on Sunday. And perhaps it had something to do with the Becca high performance tonight. Brown back to throw. He's got a man open, and Dotson! Dotson's going to go 51 yards. 51-yard touchdown, Clint Dotson.
Yeah, adds to it.
It comes at the 10-18 mark, 4th period. Dotson catches his second touchdown of the night.
We've seen it before, Gary. It's a replay. Two guys went for the ball. Nobody went for Dotson. I think that's his only pass of the second half.
And that's his third touchdown of the night for Dotson. 51 yards. He's caught a 29-yarder, a 41-yarder, and now a 51-yarder for the touchdown. 177 yards passing Ryan Brown. Brown has 4 touchdown passes. Frassinelli. It's up. The kick is good. It's Parkland, 48. Becca High, 22. Stay with us.
Twin County Cable, a world of choice. Twin County Cable, a world of choice. Twin County Cable, a world of choice. Twin County Cable, a world of choice.
Frassinelli is ready to kick off. Boy, Parkland is adding unbelievable numbers to their statistics here tonight. Dotson with 3 touchdowns. That goes right through the hands, and that'll go into the end zone. And once it goes into the end zone, of course, it's whistled dead. How about Brownie? He comes into the ball game with 11 TDs. He's added 4 to that in terms of passing. Dotson came in with 5 touchdowns. He's added 3 to that to make it 8. Van Sciac comes in with 783 yards rushing. He's well over the 1,000-yard mark, setting a record here this evening. Dick, the numbers have been unbelievable by the Parkland individuals.
And those numbers, when is the last time Becca has given up 48? You know, you're talking about coming into the game with a 17.3 defensive average.
From the 20-yard line, 1st and 10, Becca. They get out of the shotgun. Back to throw is Palos. Looking, firing. He's got a man open.
Wide open.
Palos drops the ball down to number 82. It is Billy Krebs. Krebs gets the ball up to the 44-yard line. A gain of 24 yards, 1st down.
Is this underthrow, Gary? Belonging in the underthrow.
Becca with 4 first downs compared to Parkland's 19. Handoff, Brannon. Inside, outside, and then is dropped at the 49-yard line. Gain of 5.
Now, you say Brannon's been rather silent tonight. All he does is scoring 2 over 70 yards. Huh?
Brannon has 90 yards, and in fact, Brannon now,
1,000.
Brannon with that run now has 1,000 yards on the season. Brannon at exactly 1,000 yards on that run. But this is not going to be a night for Lee Brannon to remember. Back to throw, Palos, looking. Still trying to find somebody. He fakes, and this guy can run. Palos could go. Palos to the 30, to the 20. Palos knocked out of bounds at the 17-yard line. Palos 33 yards.
Well, good job there. He keeps flicking people away. He smelled run earlier than the defense did. You'll see it a long delay here, and I'm thinking he's about 90% of the time right now he's thinking run. First pump, another pump, now tuck it and go.
Dick, there have been times tonight when this has looked like a flag football game. People running all over the place.
Lurching.
Long runs, long passes. We've had lightning, rain delays, kickoff, runbacks. Got everything you want in a football game except maybe tough defense. There goes Brannon. Brannon inside the 10. Brannon down to the 7. That's close to a 1st down. 9 minutes to play. Brannon gets 9 yards.
Well, Hawks looking certainly to answer back.
So Brannon 1 yard shy of 100. Remember, the last 2 weeks he's come with 195 and 205. From the 7-yard line, 2nd and 1. Oh,
good hit.
oh my. Number 63, Barry Noble.
Well, Gary, maybe there's a little even up. Last year, 35-0 Becca over Parkland, and Parkland winning 9 out of 11 in the series. Maybe Mr. Doble's thinking of that right here. Comes through from his linebacker in the backfield.
So there's a loss of 3 on the play, and it brings up a 3rd, and we'll say 3, so give him a loss of a couple. Palos looking, drops the ball to Brannon. Brannon trying to find the end zone inside the 5. Brannon down to about the 3-yard line. A gain of 7, that'll be a 1st down.
Boy, what a difference in conditions all of a sudden, Gary. He was able to really aim that ball. Floated a little bit over the defender, got it in nice and soft.
1st and goal to go from the 3-yard line. Hand off Brannon. Brannon touchdown.
Lee Brannon up the middle for a Hawks touchdown.
So Lee Brannon picks up in tonight's ball games touchdowns 10, 11, and 12.
9 in the last 3 games.
10 carries for 99 yards for Lee Brannon. And how much time on the clock?
I think we're around
7:28. The touchdown comes. Again, we have no view of the scoreboard tonight at all. As Palos rolling out to the right side, looking, firing back, in the air. Is it caught? We have obviously there's an ineligible receiver downfield. Trying to become a hero is Jimmy Parham.
Jimmy Parham for 2.
Parham just doesn't realize he's an offensive tackle. And I think we have ineligible. That will probably be refused. Personal foul. Roughing the passer will do it over. All right, that's a penalty against both sides. Roughing the passer, ineligible receiver.
Halo's calling him back there. Becca was going off the field. They thought it was thwarted. Didn't catch the 2nd penalty, so now we go for it again.
The Becca drive, 80 yards, 7 plays. Brannon with the touchdown. And Becca will get another 2-point opportunity. 48-28 is the score. With 7:28 on the clock. This is going to be a lot of records. Most yards in a game, most time taken to play a game.
Longest duration.
Palos again. Back, looking, firing back. I think it's caught. No, it's dropped. Almost a good play. And I think it was Billy Krebs. 48-28, 7:28 to go. On 1.
On every field, it takes everyone on the team to make things work. And it's like that in our democracy. Hi, I'm State Representative Lisa Boscola, reminding you that on November 7th, you'll have the opportunity to be the coach. Get to the polls and pick the best team to keep our democracy winning for all of us. On November the 7th, you make the call.
You were watching the Lehigh Valley's company of choice, Twin County Cable 4.
Twin County Cable, a world of choice. Twin County Cable, a world of choice.
We are back. You know, I have to put a huge pat on the back. And she does such a great job every week, Dick, and we tend to overlook it because it's consistently just terrific. But tonight, Kathy Nealon has stayed up with every part of this ball game, with all the numbers that have happened here tonight. And she does all of our numbers, all the graphics. Kathy doing just a terrific job. And there's evidence of her work. 48-28 up on the board. And the
Hawks
ball
tried the onside, Gary. Got it high enough where Parkland was able to catch it in the air. Their ball.
on the 48-yard line. Their own 48. But the only thing we won't have time tonight is, as long as this game is taken, the only thing we don't have time for is to recap the scoring.
Yeah, better start now if you intend to.
There will be no post-game interviews. Actually, though, the weather is beautiful right now. Hard to believe.
Hang on, Gary. 7 minutes yet.
Those officials knew what they were doing with that 15-minute delay. Van Syak breaks into the open again and gets down inside the 45 to the 44. Give Van Syak 8 more yards. Give Parkland 323 on the ground, and Van Syak 271 in 39 carries.
Watch this. This is what I mean by tough yardage. Whoom. 2 guys. Gary, you know, at the end of the game, Van Syak and Condi are going to go over to Dodson and Brown and says, look, how comes your numbers scoring are as big as ours? I got my molars jarred, I got my wisdom teeth removed, and you guys don't even get touched.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem quite right, but I think Ira will enjoy getting up tomorrow and reading about this one. As Van Syak carries again. Good tackle by Becca's Jimmy Keppel. Keppel's played a real good defensive game. And let's take an isolated look at Van Syak.
Coach Sniz gets them all together, you know, in that usual after-game huddle, Gary, and he says, are there any questions, man? Van Syak raises his hand. He says, Coach, may I be excused to sleep in tomorrow?
Now, there's a dance tonight after this game.
Well, I don't think he'll make it.
And I think Van Syak's part of the court tonight in the homecoming. He won't have as many yards rushing on the dance floor as he has on the football field. I can guarantee you that.
Wishbone.
Van Syak. As Van Syak gets close to the 40-yard line, he picks up at least 2. That's what we'll give him. First down, number 20 for Parkland.
Richie Snizak with Easton, and a contingency game with Northampton remaining. Says, take a look at this, scouts. Wishbone formation, something more to think about.
Keith Grower here from the Morning Call tonight. He won't have any problems writing this story, as there's all kinds of potential headlines. Is it the upset? Is it Ira Van Syak's record-setting performance? Is it Clint Dotson with 3 touchdowns, 4 touchdowns thrown by Ryan Brown? He may just not have enough for 1 page. He may have to go to 2 or 3.
Say that again, Gary. Didn't finish right. Take it all down.
And if he needs help, Pumpkin Miller will call him and tell him what to write.
Hey, some job up front. We've only said that a dozen times. We should say it about 3 dozen more.
Parkland just trying to keep that clock running from the 41-yard line, 1st and 10. Van Syak gets the ball to the 36-yard line, a gain of 5. Actually, Dick, Rich Snizak is approaching child abuse. Van Syak carries 1 more time. I think we have to turn him in.
Well, you know,
42
Gary,
carries.
All those debutantes will go up to Van Syak and Connie and those guys tonight at the dance. You know, they owe a few to those offensive linemen tonight. Save them at the answer to.
There won't be any waltzing. He won't want anybody to touch him. 2nd and 5. Handoff. That's not Van Syak. That's Ryan Herb, the ball carrier. Herb gets it inside the 35 to the 34-yard line. He'll pick up 3.
Again, doing a great job with that clock.
There must have been a busted play. Van Syak didn't carry. And it is starting to shower again. The umbrellas are coming up again. The window is getting blurred again. Van Syak, well, he'll just be happy this time to get back to the line of scrimmage. He may not have done that.
You know, people say, how comes that big lopsided loss last week to Central? Well, one of the things, even in this weather, Gary, they've cut down on the big turnovers. Last week, 3 interceptions, 1 fumble, total of 4 turnovers to the Vikings.
First time tonight, Ira loses yardage. -2, 277 on 43 carries. The ball is back to Boy, everything's becoming blurred. Back to the 37-yard line. 3:33 to go. And we have penalty flags.
Too much time here. Maybe they just want punting room.
Parkland not too happy with the call.
Well, they didn't take it on purpose, huh?
No, I don't think so. 6 penalty for 40 yards against Parkland.
Now we go to the punt.
Richie Snizak is livid right now. I'll tell you, I'd stay here to see Snizak and Stem. Those two guys are a little intense. 5-yard penalty back to the 42-yard line.
Just don't get those donuts tonight, Richie. Get fresh ones for tomorrow.
And now we have what? Timeout called by Parkland. And that was mixed.
Now look,
we hear a very mixed reaction in the truck.
He's looking away from the officials, but he wants to talk to them.
Dick, the people who are the driest, the people down in the truck, they didn't like the timeout.
Oh, did they?
They were, how about the poor camera people? In fact, Mike Trombetta's down on the field. He's going after Rich Snizak.
How about the young man running the ball in and out? He's relegated to walking very slowly.
He's had a long, long night. I'll tell you, there have been people that have stayed through the evening. There are some, and they're still smiling. And they're not even, they don't even look all that uncomfortable. There you get a look at the crowd.
We have the largest crowd here.
I've never done a game where the lead runner had more yards than people. We're here. We're way up here.
Full house back to him.
The punter is Frassinelli. I think it's Brandon back. And they kick away from, and it'll go into the end zone. And that was not Brandon, but Matt Weimark.
Weimark back. He's getting a lot of playing time.
43-yard punt. First and 10, Becca from the 20-yard line.
Well, the last soul unbeaten is going to fall in.
Dick, they could have had, at the very least, a co-championship tonight.
Yep.
Now, Central Becca will decide it. We'll be there next Saturday night.
Les Allen upset Central, and you're talking for a 4-way possible tie, huh?
Dick hasn't been feeling well.
Stranger things have happened.
Well, that's true.
It's Halloween.
Palos looking, and it's incomplete. Palos is 6 for 17 for 99 yards. And we have just gotten some research. Baker with 322 last year. 322, so Van Sciac will come up shy. But what a night, 277 yards. And we will now have a very insignificant penalty.
Well, not really, Gary. I think it's on the sideline.
Who's it against? Becca? It'll be a half the distance to the goal line penalty. I think it's on the bench. 6 for 45 yards against Becca, sends him back to the 10-yard line. So this game has gotten some tempers flaring here in the last 3 minutes. Palos drops it out to Brandon, and Brandon gets hit hard. That's a 17, a gain of 7.
Twofold purpose. You drop it in front of the defense, who's way, way back. Defense's job, keep them in bounds, let that clock run.
You know, the Parkland defense tonight has done a pretty superb job. 132 yards rushing by Becca, 106 in the air. And knowing how high-powered this offense is, that's good defense. From the 18-yard line, it is 3rd and 12. Palos back, looking and rolling. firing. He has a man open. First down. As coming up and catching the football is Billy Krebs.
It's one of the toughest passes he'll ever make, Gary. On the run, almost out of bounds, crosses body to the middle of the field while going out.
Gain of 12 yards. And they'll start the clock. Palos back, looking, and he throws it away. Tomorrow, weather permitting, at 10 o'clock, Pius 10th against Panther Valley. In fact, we might be there weather not permitting. It didn't permit tonight when we were here. That's true. This ball game will be replayed tomorrow at 8 o'clock. The Pius game may not come on until midnight, Saturday Night Live. Although the game on tape is not going to be quite as long as it was for real. That is Brannon, the ball carrier, on the shovel pass. And Brannon will pick up 4. Becca keeps coming at him. Palos back, firing, and incomplete.
It was a great victory for the Parkland in so many ways, Gary. But of course, one of the big ways you really got to appreciate that 5-0 start, but then they've lost 2 of the last 3. And to come back against a quality team like this sets them up nicely for a possible district spot. Boy, now a lot depends on that Easton game next week.
Yeah, and the Easton game tonight. We don't know how that Easton Whitehall game turned out. They lost to Whitehall, then knocked off Allen, shut them out, and then got beat by Central Catholic, as Dick said, 2 out of the last 3 ball games. And this is a good win here tonight. And it's complete. As Krebs is the recipient of the complete pass. As he gets up to the 46-yard line, a gain of 10 yards.
Parkland just allowing him to throw under right now, Gary. As long as they can keep him in bounds, I think it'll be a success.
Another first down from the 46, first down number 8 for Becca. And you see the clock, it's running 1:42. Back to throw, and it is complete. And that is Jeremy LeBans, I believe. As LeBans has it at the 29-yard line, a gain of 25 yards.
That one could get the coaches a little bit upset, Gary. You know, every play is throw. You know, now you're playing that prevent. Don't let anybody get behind, and it happens there.
From the 29-yard line, 1st and 10, Becca. Back to throw, looking, great protection. There goes Palos. And he'll get out of bounds to stop the clock as he's down to the 14-yard line. Palos picks up 15 yards.
You never concede, huh?
Boy.
Never. You never concede.
Next weekend, our Friday night game has not yet been decided. Saturday for sure. It'll be Central against Becca. That ball game at Becca, at Bethlehem School District Stadium. From the 14, 1st and 10. Palos drops it off to Brennan. Brennan will go down at about the 11-yard line. He'll gain 3 yards. Timeout. Becca.
Ryan Hurd on the tackle for the Trojans. And the Golden Hawks call timeout. Next week, the
Well, looking at it, who'd have thunk it, huh? Those are big numbers.
You know, coming in, you thought, because of the situation, Becca playing Monday night, Parkland suffering 2 kind of definitive defeats, Dick, to Whitehall and then the Central, you had to think they would be up for this ball game. I don't think anybody would have told you a 20-point victory, though.
Yeah, you know, you brought several times, you brought up that 3 days of prep, and I've been thinking more and more about that. And, you know, Gary, the number of reps. I think you don't get the reps with the people, especially if you have injuries and guys playing different spots, that you would get during a normal week. I guess it's like shooting foul shots, you know.
Using that same logic, Dick, one would think that next Friday night you'll see an entirely different Becca High team. I think they'll be sky high. They'll have their full week, the pep rally.
And I believe that's a Saturday, isn't it?
Saturday, yeah, that's right, Saturday. Palos over the middle, incomplete. As he was going for the touchdown, the pass was intended for Fissner.
And Mr. Dodson once again got very close.
The 43 carries tonight for Van Syak. 43 carries for 277 yards.
Wow. That's amazing. 43 carries.
I guess that is the story of the football game.
And the offensive line.
And the offensive line. And Ira, I think, will pay homage to them, and if he's quoted in the paper tomorrow. Gregoric is the recipient of that pass. And he'll get the ball inside the 10. No, right at the 10. A gain of only a yard. It's 4th down. And the pitch comes to Brannon. Oh, what a block. Brannon, touchdown.
Might as well.
Brannon goes 10 yards for the touchdown. We're going to have to kick off again.
Get some more big numbers for Brannon.
Dick, I want to see that somebody threw a great block there for Lee Brannon. And that touchdown comes with 43 seconds on the clock. No, here's the replay. 31 seconds on the clock.
Note that one, Central, because this is bread and butter. Good pull block.
Who is it?
Might have been Chad. I don't know. I'd be guessing. Didn't look like a 5. I didn't see Parham.
Looked like a 4. Maybe Schrey. I don't know. Somebody threw a beauty. So the score now goes to 48-34.
Might have been Parham, Gary.
And Becca will go for 2. Well, there's Mr. Doble. 31 seconds to go, 48-34, and you know we're going to see an onside kick. Look at Doble. Has he been in a war? Holy cow. You know, some of these guys might not be able to get out of bed till Monday.
Call off the films tomorrow. No tapes.
So there's a discrepancy of about 3 yards here tonight. I've got 277. Keith Grower has 280. And we'll go with Keith's number. They're higher. So we'll give 280 yards on 43 carries. Now they're saying 44. They're wrong, but we'll give them credit.
He's a greater viewing audience guy.
Yeah, well, that's true. They've been able to see the game tonight.
Watch this one over here now.
Now remember, this onside will come to the right side. It'll come to the down below. No, they're going to go the other way. Last week it went, and it is caught in the air. And Parkland will have the ball, and they don't have to do much anything except get that clock to run. And who made that play? 44, Josh Conti. There are no breaks in this ball game.
One more jar.
Lee Brannon, by the way, Lee Brannon tonight had 4 touchdowns, Dick. Brannon with 4 touchdowns tonight.
What's that? That's 10 then in the last 3
Brannon
games.
has 13 on the year.
Yeah, 3, 3, and 4 in the last 3 games.
They're not going to do anything but get the heck out of here and get those uniforms off. Dick, this is the kind of win that can propel you mentally into the districts. But they have a tough ball game next week.
Well, the fact that you're playing for more than the league has passed you by as far as Parkland is concerned. But you still have that big district spot to play for.
Dick, that may very well set up our game next Friday night. Easton Parkland, a possibility, as that ball game is at Easton. We also have a big ball game at Caddy next week. Caddy Northwestern is also a possibility. We'll let you know. We may know by tomorrow. And now the clock goes a little haywire. But this one's all over. What a win by the Trojans as they win it 48-34. And again, Ira Van Syak with a superb evening, 44 carries, 280 yards. Another superb performance tonight by our entire crew. What a job they did under adverse, horrible weather conditions. It's particularly the camera people who were outside all night. But everybody in the truck doing a super job. And Dick, even when we were unable to see, we hope we called most of the plays correctly.
And no Gatorade bath for Snizak either. Number one, he's too wet. Number two, they're too weak to lift it up.
I bet he does meet you in the barbershop tomorrow morning, however.
Creamfield tomorrow. No planes, guy.
He'll be buying the donuts for sure. Big win for the Parkland Trojans as they put themselves in a pretty good position for 4A district possibilities, but they have a very difficult Easton Red Rover team to get by next Friday night. We may very well just get ourselves down to Cottingham Stadium for that one. Final score tonight, 48-34 Parkland. And now Becca High in a position where they maybe need to win next week against Central Catholic. And boy, that is not a very nice position to be in. Our thanks to you, our viewers, although I think you had the easiest job this evening. You were just sitting at home relaxing and enjoying a miserable, miserable evening. So for Dick Tracy, for our director, Scott Spielman, for our entire crew, our thanks as always to you for watching. For everybody, I'm Gary Laubach. We'll see you next time right here on Cable 4 Sports.